Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to have you guys here. So today's video is about 5 things that don't help anxiety, that are just not good for it. So we're gonna roll that intro and then we'll get right into it. Alrighty guys, so we're talking about 5 things that are not helpful for anxiety and stress. So the first thing is sugar. So now for me, I'm definitely someone that loves sugar. And having anxiety and loving sugar doesn't really fit. I do also want to put out a disclaimer though, that I'm not a doctor or a professional of any kind. I've learned over many years with having anxiety and loving sugar, that it's just something that doesn't really go together. So yeah, I'm just kind of giving my 2 cents on it and hoping that it will help someone out there with their anxiety and stress as well. So yeah, obviously, I think the majority knows that sugar is just, not good. It's not a good mix for anxiety. I mean, really, it's not really good for anything, to be honest. But yeah, so for me, when I have sugar, it 100% affects my anxiety, because it'll boost me up, and then after that boost wears off, I start to feel really down, and my anxiety just explodes. But the biggest issue I have with sugar and stuff is it spikes my blood sugar, and then it releases cortisol and adrenaline into my bloodstream, and then yeah, it just starts to give me major anxiety and sometimes panic attacks. So by lessening my sugar intake, it helps my anxiety and also stress too. Not going to lie though, a lot of the time I like to have veggies, but I'll have chocolate on the side. I do love sugar. It's just kind of, I guess, one of my things that I just like. But honestly, I think just sometimes you just have to balance it out, and that's kind of my way of balancing out sugar and healthy. I don't know, it works for me. I don't know if it's necessarily always the best, but the biggest thing that I've also found for myself with just anything, not even just sugar, but just anything, is I do what my body wants. If I'm hungry, I'll eat. If I'm not hungry, I won't eat. And it doesn't matter what time of day or night it is. If my body wants food, it wants food. If it doesn't, it doesn't. If my body wants a certain type of food or certain type of whatever, then I'll have that. I mean, obviously, you try not to overdo it in any sense, but yeah, I'll just kind of do what my body wants, just more of intuitive eating, I guess. And I found that helps my body and just helps me to feel good and the best that I can be. Hopefully that makes sense. So an alternative to maybe not eating so much sugar is maybe having some more healthy fruits, healthy carbohydrates, and even a protein shake. I have this awesome protein shake that it honestly tastes like a kind of like a milkshake. It's like a birthday cake milkshake. I'll actually go grab it. Here, give me one second. Alrighty, so it's this one here, and you've probably seen this if you watch Whitney Simmons. She talks about Alani Nu all the time, and I've been waiting for it to come here, because like you can order it online, but I think it's a lot more doing that. So anyway, I found this actually at Chapters one day and I was like, yes, I'm gonna get it. So this one here is confetti cake. So it's really good. Like if you can get your hands on it, like so good. Like literally you don't need sugar for like the rest of the day. Like it's literally that good. And that's me saying that, and I have a huge sweet tooth. But yeah, it totally satisfies my sweet tooth. And you know, finding something like that tastes really good for you and satisfies you, you'll be less likely to reach for bad sugars. Yeah, so that's kind of my go-to if I remembered that I have it. Like I'm not perfect. I do still have like, you know, sometimes like I'll be, I don't know, stressed out and having a bad day or something, and I'll just feel like sugar and I'll just down like 2 chocolate bars. It's not a good idea, especially with anxiety. But you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm just trying to do the best that I possibly can, right? So caffeine is number 2 on the list. So again, for me, I'm like big into coffee. Like as you can see, I have my coffee right here. And again, like coffee that's not decaffeinated is not really good for anxiety, but I know like sometimes you need to have caffeine. Like trust me, I've been there. Like I totally get it. I'm definitely not perfect, like at all, and I love coffee. Like I have it every day, which again doesn't help anxiety. Like I get it isn't always easy to like not have sugar or caffeine or any of the other ones on this list coming up, but I think that the best thing to do is lessen the intake of these like foods and things, and just, you know, kind of keep it in moderation. Like how I said, like I have my coffee here. Again, it's not like, it's not decaf. You know, I could switch it to decaf, but sometimes I need that extra boost. But I guess like for me, sometimes I don't even like think about it. You know, I'm always like, hey, here's a coffee. Like I reach for coffee. I do have like this other drink here, which I think I've showed in my other YouTube videos, which is kind of an alternative, except this one is actually for nighttime. But there is one that is like an alternative for coffee, and it's the same brand and everything. It's just an alternative for coffee. It's called Mud Water. And like I said, that's an alternative to actually coffee, because coffee can give you jitters and just all this other negative stuff, especially if you have anxiety. If you don't have anxiety, then you're probably okay. But yeah, like if you are very prone to anxiety or super hyper after you have coffee, or you know, you're just really like, oh, jittery, definitely try some Mud Water. It's actually really good for you, and it does like the same kind of thing. It gives you like, I don't know if it's like natural energy. It's really good. Again, this one is for nighttime. It relaxes you, but I've heard really good things about the alternative for coffee. So I'm looking forward to trying that one, and I will let you guys know how that one goes too once I get it. You can also try though any of your favorite tea in the morning, like maybe not like a decaf one, but that's up to you. Sometimes tea will help some people and wake you up in the morning. Yeah, like it just finding these different alternatives to better your life and stuff, because I know when I get like you know, like a panic attack or an anxiety attack or just anything like that, it's really hard to function, especially if like you're at work and you know, you have to concentrate on something and you're just like, ah. I've been there. So that's why I kind of want to share these things with you guys, and hopefully it'll help. And again, like I know it's not always easy to just try and to do these things, because you probably like the taste of regular sugar and you know, the coffee you drink, but technically I think like decaf coffee is honestly, it tastes the same. There's just no caffeine in it. So that one might be easier, but yeah, if you want, give these alternatives, excuse me, a shot. And again, I'm also not sponsored by Mud. I'm just letting you guys know what's worked for me, and trying to find good, healthy alternatives that I find help. So the third thing is limiting your intake of deep fried foods and processed foods. So like deep fried like chicken, like wings and stuff. Deep fried like cookies, I hear, are out there. I've never tried one, but just limiting your intake of pretty much anything deep fried. And then anything processed you want to limit, like processed meats and cheese, for example. Like, although these foods like taste so good, like trust me, I know, they're just not the best for you, especially if you eat them all the time. Like once in a while is like definitely okay, but these foods will make anxiety worse, like so much worse. So some alternatives to these things is like making your own like chicken breasts and stuff. Like I put mine in my Instapot, and then I shred it up, and then I put some mayo, salt and pepper, some craisins, and some toasted pecans, and then I put it inside a pita, and I just eat that. Oh, and I also put apples in it too. Yeah, so I put all of that together in a pita, and then yeah, I just kind of eat it and save it for later as well, in a container, the mixture. And I actually got that recipe again from Whitney Simmons' channel. You can also check that out there. I think she also got it from a TikTok. I could be wrong, but I think so. Just kind of want to give credit where credit's due. I didn't come up with this recipe, but it is really good, and it is a lot better than, you know, eating the processed meats, processed cheeses. You know, this does take a little bit more work, but you feel so much better after. You know, you don't have the anxiety or the worry or anything like that. You know, you actually feel good. Like after you eat it, you don't feel I don't know, I guess weighed down. And just, yeah, like for me, like I would worry a lot. So, and it doesn't make you feel really good. So yeah, by making your own chicken and like putting it into a mixture, whatever you want to do with it, it actually helps you. Like by having like it set aside, ready to go, it's a lot easier too. You just kind of have to put in the work prior. I know that's not always the most fun, but in the long run, it'll save you time, and you're gonna feel way better. You're gonna feel healthier, so, and less stress and less anxiety as well. But yeah, it is so worth it. It is so good. You gotta try it. Also, like a great other alternative to like frying, like deep frying your foods, is to bake them. Like you can bake your chicken, you can bake like, I don't know, pretty much anything like that. It's just a lot better to do that because you're not putting it in like fat, grease, all of that. You know, when you're baking it, it's just a lot better for you. And I don't know, to me, like once you get used to it, it does taste better, I think, just baking everything. But yeah, it's something that you kind of have to get used to, but in the long run, once you get into a routine, it does help a lot more, and it doesn't seem like so much work because you've done it over and over again. But you can also put like things in an Instapot if you have one. I use my Instapot like all the time. It's a lot easier, and like, you know, it's not using up a lot of electricity in a big oven either, so that's kind of nice too. But yeah, if you have an Instapot, just throw it in there and you're good to go. So the fourth one is food additives. It's like MSG and aspartame. So with MSG, at least for myself, it is awful for my anxiety. Like when I would have canned soup or anything like that, there's MSG in that, right? And it would give me anxiety, but like I noticed when I had soup with MSG in it, my anxiety would like last longer. It was really weird. It would last longer than like when I would have sugar. Like sugar would like amplify it, but it wouldn't last as long. And then I would have MSG like from the canned soups, and it felt like my anxiety would last like, I don't know, half the day, maybe all day. Like it was very weird. So I definitely stay away from like any canned soups. My alternative to that is actually just making your own soup at home. Just buy all the ingredients and, you know, try making it at home. What I do is, again, I use my Instapot and just throw all the ingredients in there, and then you just let it cook. And it's literally that easy, that simple. And you're staying away from MSG. You know what's in your food. you know there's no preservatives or anything in there, because you put all the ingredients in, and also you made it to your taste, right? Like it's just all around better. Yes, it's a little bit more work than opening up a can and dumping it in a pot. You know, it is, but again, it's a lot better for you, and you're gonna thank yourself in the long run, because, you know, who wants to deal with anxiety all day? Like some days it can be crippling, right? Like you just, I don't know, sometimes I think about the pros and cons, and honestly I'd rather just make my own soup and stay away from MSG, especially if it causes me anxiety all day. Not getting enough sleep is number 5. So for this one, it can really affect like anxiety a lot as well. And nowadays it's sometimes hard to like get a full night's sleep. So for this one, I don't have alternatives, but I do have some tips that might help. These are some things that I try to do in order to sleep better or get better sleep if I'm like sometimes having awful sleep for like, I don't know, a few days, a week, whatever. So for me, what I do is trying to kind of come up with like a routine. And so I will like completely clean my house. I'm someone, like, if there's like a mess or clutter anywhere, like it piles onto my anxiety. I don't know if anyone else is like that, but like I need to have like clean everything in order to calm my brain down. Well, it was part of to calm my brain down. And then like I like to have a nice long hot shower, and like sometimes I'll like throw in like a bath bomb. Like I know they're for baths, but there's like also like shower ones you can get, and you can just throw them into your shower. And so it's like aromatherapy. And then like I make sure like my laundry's all done, like my bed's all clean, it's all pretty. And then I grab like a glass of water. I always have water by my bed just because sometimes my mouth gets dry, or I'll need like just a drink. And then I'll also like have my mud water this here before bed, because that really does actually calm me down. Just what's in the mud water really honestly helps to just lower anxiety, and just like it kind of like tells your body, okay, it's time to relax, right? And so adding all these things together really helps. Then I'll just like either relax on my like laptop, or I'll watch a movie, read a book, and then I'll go to sleep. So like figuring out your own routine is probably what's going to help the best, I find anyway. Doing the things that, you know, clear your mind and calm your mind is what's probably going to help you to sleep. I know that a lot of people probably have a lot of to-dos, a lot of things they think about for the next day, what they need to get done, and like you can just write all that down and, you know, have it all set for the next day and be good, right? So that's another thing you can do before bed, is write down everything that you need to do that next day, put it aside, and be ready to go. So these are my 5 tips that I found to help me reduce my anxiety, and I hope that they helped you guys as well. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons down below, as well as to ring the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Remember, you are loved and appreciated. Bye.